Hi everyone, my name is Aviad. I'm a senior developer at AuraPlayer, and in this video I would like to show you an RPA that we have created which reads some user details from a CSV file and add these users to Oracle Applications Cloud. So this is the CSV file, the sample CSV file that we are using. We have a line for each user, and for each user we have a few details that are needed to define the user in the Oracle applications. We have the family name, given name, username, email, display name, and we also add here a role ID that will be defined for that user. We have here the ID and the name of the role, and we will load this CSV file with our RPA, which will define it automatically in the Oracle Applications Cloud. So let's see how it works. To activate an RPA in AuraPlayer Service Manager, there are a few ways to do that. We have the option to run it in unattended way, which means that it can be run through a scheduler or by sending an email to the system. And there is also the option to run it in an attended way, which is the one that we will demo in this video. So to do that, we will just go to our RPA table, which is here in the section of Automation RPA. We'll choose the RPA that we want to run, which will be in our case the create users. I'll just press here the plus sign, and we will get a one-page application which has all the inputs required to run this RPA. In our case, it will be the credentials, the username and the password, and also the file that we want to load. It will include the result of the RPA, which are the outputs that are returned back, and of course a few buttons to manipulate this RPA, mainly to execute it. So let's try to run the RPA. I'll just start by adding here the user that we run with in this demo instance, and I will also upload the file, the one that we just saw, that we want to take the users from and update inside the Oracle Applications Cloud. So that's it. Now I'll just press the execute button, and this will invoke our RPA, and in a few seconds we will see the results of it. Here it is, the RPA runs successfully, and on the result field we can see that we have created two users, one AP test 1, one AP test 2, and these are the IDs of the users that were created, and this correlates of course to the users that were entered here in the CSV file. Now let's just go to the Oracle application itself and see these newly created users. So this is the page of the user accounts on the Oracle Application Cloud, and I just put here as initials AP underscore, which are the prefix of our users. I'll press the search sign, and here are our two users that we just created. Let's get into one of them just to verify the details. So here it is, this is the user, this is the email that we have created for it, and this is also the role that we attached to this user. So basically the RPA just did what it was supposed to do, and the users were loaded from the CSV file and created inside the Oracle Applications Cloud. And now let's have a very quick look on how we create this RPA. To create an RPA inside AuraPlayer Service Manager, we have a visual editor that enables you to visually create the flow of your RPA. In our case, this is a very simple flow. We just loop over the CSV file that has all the user inputs, the user definitions, this CSV file, and then inside the loop we are doing two major steps. For each line we create a user. This is an invocation of a service that gets as a parameter the user details. The user details are taken from the line that we're currently reading from the CSV. And then on the next step we update a role, which is we assign the role to the user. For that we need to take the user ID that was created in the previous step. We take the output of the previous step and pass it as input to the next step, and we also add the role ID that we also have on the CSV line. After that we just update the outputs to get the messages of which user was created right now. So this is how the RPA flow looks in a nutshell. And of course, the interesting question that raises right now is how do we invoke or how do we interact with the Oracle application cloud? What are these services? So, to interact with the Oracle application cloud, we are using the APIs that are provided by the Oracle Application Cloud. There are a bunch of APIs that you can use, the REST APIs that you can use to manipulate your data on the Oracle Applications Cloud. And to make it a little bit easier for our users to use these APIs, we have added to the AuraPlayer Service Manager under the Services section a new feature which enables you to create a service inside the AuraPlayer Service Manager that invokes one of the APIs that are provided by the Oracle Applications Cloud. So you just press the plus sign, you get to the Oracle Cloud Service, which is the one that we want to create, and then we have here a few categories. The Oracle Application Cloud provides many APIs, and they're separated into categories: APIs for HCM, for SCM, and our specific Create User API is under what is called Oracle Common category. So we will just select this category. This will display us all the available APIs for this category, separated into subject, and we will look here for the users leaf, and under that we will see the Create User option. So this is the service, this is the API that we want to invoke. We'll just select it, and this will create a wrapper service inside AuraPlayer Service Manager, which inside will invoke the API. So what do we get here? We get here all the input parameters that are optional and can be set to this API. We see here the credentials, the email of the new user, the display name, etc. And of course, we will get all the outputs that will be returned from this API. So once we will create the service, we will be able to use it like we did in a bigger flow of RPA, like this one that we have created. That's it. Thank you very much for your attention.